Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How's everybody doing? It's the Truth Serum. Anybody that's been here or is new here, thank you. I appreciate everything. And should have turned my phone off. Um, we're gonna try to unpack something that was very popular years ago. It was the big secret: manifest things into your reality, and and it was and people jumped aboard, and then they realized they weren't manifesting the things they wanted to create into the reality or draw into the reality. And they were onto a concept, but they were more marketing con men that just fell for the vulnerable public to say, oh, geez, I could use a house, a car, a beautiful girlfriend, and $1 million. So they fed off of that neediness. And now through, I'm gonna simplify this as much as possible because there's a lot of science and sacred geometry and other things behind this that I'm not going to get into. I'm just going to set the table and more or less just say the framework of how this was done thousands and thousands of years ago. Number one, we're not the biological creature that you think we are, that we've been taught and conditioned through education, through the government, and through politics. We're not that creation as you would think through as like the evolution of man and all that stuff. So we are gods. We are all gods. So if you have something you want to bring into your reality, the first thing you have to do for this formula is to operate at a high frequency. Everything is frequency. Your vibe, you have to operate that at a higher level that would be at a higher dimensional level than everybody is stuck in the third dimension. But operate, in simple terms, operate at a higher frequency. Get rid of road rage and anger and all the other negative emotions that we are victims of. I'm always getting pissed off about this and that and everything else. Wipe the slate clean. How do you demonstrate unconditional love? Well, that's step one. You operate. Now you are a rod. You are an element for the formula. Okay? So that's number one. So and then what you eat and put in your body. Now, I'm not a vegan or anything like that. I love eating steak, but you're eating dead meat with dead DNA in it that's got thousands of terabytes of negative death DNA in what you're putting in your body. Your body's a computer. So that's not good either. So you have to operate at a higher frequency and change your diet. If people want to do that and go that far, if it's too much for people, I understand. I don't do it. Maybe I should. So now, when you do this, okay, I'm operating at a higher vibration. I'm operating at a higher frequency because I want to be the channel that is connected to a bigger universe. I don't want to just operate in this frequency of just this spiritual mentality and this biological situation. So you operate like that. Now, let's just say, to keep it simple, because what most people would want to manifest is money, a car, a house, a beautiful woman, basic things. So So you operate at a higher frequency. Unconditional love, number one. Number two, you be very specific about what you want. If you want a house, well, you find the house you want, and then imagine that the specific address. It's like the universe. When you operate at that high frequency, the universe is like a waitress in a restaurant ready to take your order. You can't just say, "Oh, miss, just give me some meat and a side dish." No, she's going to say, "Well, what kind of meat and what kind of side dish?" So you have to be very, very. This is where that secret breaks down. A lot of times at this stage, that big secret breaks down at this stage because you have to tell the universe specifically, very specifically, what you want. So it's because you're operating on. There's a matrix, or there's a realm of all the possibilities that can happen in our world. There's all the possibilities and realities of your life possibilities, and that's like a matrix. It's like a plateau of everything that all the possibilities. Your life is just platonic. Every day you go to work, you do this and that, and you limit your possibilities. Things could come in that are a little extra or different from day to day, but basically your day is the same. Day in, day out, week in, week out, month to month, year to year. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. If you want to try to experiment with other things to see what you really are made of, what's your DNA really made of as this earthling, this human on this planet Earth. If you like to get down like that and experiment, take a ride with me. So I want to tap into those possibilities. So let's just say I want the possibility of a big house. Well, I gotta go drive around, find the house that's for sale, put the address down, and when you write something down and you speak it and you think it, that's the trifecta. That's the apex model. Think it, speak it, write it. It's triple reinforcement. So very simple stuff. So I want a house on 123 Main Street. Beautiful. Now I gotta picture myself being in the house. See, the old Indian guy, I was going to school for a second term, or second time as adult, collegiately, and I was doing a project about the Indian cultures, and I had an Indian friend, and I asked him some certain things, and I says, "Well, what about the rain dance and all that?" Ooh. And it was almost matched the biblical precepts of like what Jesus used to say. Jesus is like, we don't beg for the rain. We feel the rain as if it's already. We feel like it is already drenching me. We feel that. So you're not in a begging posture. You're in a reality-based posture where you're already feeling it as if it already happened. If you want to manifest a car, put the year, the make, the model, the rims, everything about it, and then feel it as if you were sitting in that car cruising. Feel it. Feel it. So, number one, change your diet, operate at a higher frequency so you can plug in to these probabilities and possibilities. You have to have the frequency. Change your diet. Okay. if you want to do this, it's not for everybody. And the people that I have on here aren't interested in this stuff. But I am putting this personally out into the universe for goodwill, for my manifestations. So I'm putting this out there, whether I get 2 viewers or 20 or however that is. The numbers don't mean anything to me. Yeah, it's good to get good numbers, but I'm operating at a different plane of basic stuff. Hey, Mario, my good man. So when you now in your now there's another fact to this. You have to meditate your meditative mind for manifestation. So I know the house 123 Main Street. Now there's different meditative processes. So you're at a higher frequency. You got a better diet. You know specifically what you want. So I'm going to take a walk out on the country, or if you walk in the grass barefooted, you're more connected. I'm only going to do this. I'm not going to get into the scientific part. Let's just keep it simple, layman's terms. So I know specifically what I want. 123 Main Street, that beautiful house. I have to know what it feels like. I have to meditate myself either by walking or in your room. You don't have to meditate in that sitting up posture. Oh, no. Don't be fooled into that bullshit. So now when you're in a quiet mind, your mind is open up and you're meditating while you're walking and you're feeling that. And you can utter words while you're talking. You might look like a crazy man, but don't be a conformed robot and worry about what people think. What people think of me. Like I'm so big, I got to worry about what people. That's all ego-driven and fear-driven. You won't get anywhere with that. What will people think? Oh, Joe, you're going to look stupid. What will people think? I'm operating at a different level than you humanistic robots that follow the leader to the slaughter. So I'm not watching the news anymore. All that propaganda, Democrat, Republic, all that. That'll lower your frequency to darkness. I don't need that. I don't depend on them, those networks for my life. I don't depend on them. There's not even entertainment value. So you operate up, find the ways to raise your frequency through diet and unconditional love and laughter and thankfulness and goodwill. Then be very, very specific on what you want. And then you meditate it. You put it on the walls of your house. You write it down. You put a picture of that car on your wall. You live it like you own it. Like it's already happened. You feel the feeling as if it already happened. The Indians say you feel the feeling as if it already is raining on you. It's like reverse osmosis. You're putting the feeling there before the actual physicality happened. It's a matrix of possibilities that you can manipulate. But we don't get taught that in school. We get conditioned and conformed into leading a 72-year-old lifespan into a certain manner. And the religious sector of the Roman Catholic religion is garbage, fear-driven, everything else. Why? For control and power, of course. The academic structure will only lead you into a traditional way so you can survive and pay your bills, which is just necessary. There's nothing else that's offered to you on this planet Earth. But you could take the initiative and look into some of these other things, how to really know what your true origin is. What is your body's truly capable of? Are you just a mere person, humanoid, walking the earth that is just totally at the mercy of what you've been conditioned and conformed to live like? So no, I like to experiment. I always knew at a younger age that there was more to this reality than meets the eye, because I was visited by different entities. So I always knew, and I was always curious. And when you're curious for the universe and your heart and mind and spirit is set in the right intention, the universe will answer you. This isn't just, oh, geez, that sounds good. That sounds good. Because if you don't agree with this and expand your mind, it's because you're just exactly what I'm talking about, like a conformed, programmed robot. Your mind doesn't expand to all the possibilities of what's on this planet Earth and what this Earth truly is and what you truly are. That's your prerogative. I like to rock and roll. I like to go into other realms. Why not? My question would be, why wouldn't somebody want to dive into those aspects, dive into those possibilities, dive into those experiments? Why not? Why not? You like being under authority? You like to be under the rules of, no. I know we live in a structured society that you have the norms and mores and you got to rock and roll and live accordingly. But that's not your whole life. Is that the whole possibility of your life? There's no other options or possibilities for you as a creature, as a biological life form on planet Earth? Do you even know where your origins came from? Do you even know what you're capable of doing? You know, it's like, remember I Dream of Jeannie? Remember I Dream of Jeannie? The genie in the bottle. I'm dating myself, of course. And he would say something, and then she'd go, ding, 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 and then it would manifest. That is almost, in an extreme way, of manifesting. See, we view it from our conditioning and education as, wow, that's something far-fetched. That's magic. That's wild magic, because that's all our mind has been taught, and how to perceive that and judge that and believe it or don't believe it. You people believe in more bad bullshit than real reality, good stuff. You want to believe all the negative stuff out there. And when it comes time to really expanding for positivity and creating what you want to draw into your world, then that's a turnoff. You're already dead meat, waiting for a pine box. So that, more or less. Now, I took some notes here. I don't want to miss anything. When you're doing that, when you're feeling it, if whatever your wish is, write it down, put it on your wall, put it in your car. You're changing the matrix of the possibilities. You're bringing this you're bringing this stuff upon you. It's not rocket science. There's sacred geometry and everything that's behind it. If you want to go different into electrons and the golden ratio and the Fibonacci codes, there's a lot of scientific, ancient knowledge that's way beyond this technology you've been spoon-fed. But there's a lot of stuff behind it. I'm not just saying it. This is scientific facts. This is quantum physics facts. Why doesn't Joe Blow, public human being, try to utilize some of this stuff? Because you're a conditioned, programmed robot from birth. It's been in our parents' DNA that's been brung down to us to follow the leader, follow powerful government structures, follow powerful political structures. So, let's see if I missed anything, This sounds extreme, but what you're doing when you operate this fundamental process, you are time traveling. You're time traveling. There's a version of you yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And what version of you tomorrow do you want to create? There's a version of you already set. Which one do you want to experience in reality? Well, that version is you got to live it and feel it and utter it and write it down and bring it. It's a matrix. So yeah, these videos don't get any views. The thumbnail, nobody's interested. I understand that. And I don't get pissed off anymore. I'm going to raise my frequency. Thank you, Mario. This guy's been riding with me. He's a curious guy. He's opening up his mind. That's what it's all about. Unconditional love. Raise your frequency. I want to rise up so I can embrace and pursue other possibilities. Change this vehicle into a higher element on planet Earth. And what can this element do as a human being? What are you capable of? Not the non-traditional bullshit, 9 to 5 and all that other stuff. No. What are you truly capable of in your lifespan? Is anybody ever curious to say, I just don't meditate and go, yeah, and everything? Well, because you're programmed and conditioned into thinking that you're just a limited creature on planet Earth. You're a slave worker. You're your Earth slave worker. And then by the time you're 70, you retire at 70. You retire at 65. Our lifespan is 72. So now you got free time, if you even live that long, to enjoy all those hard years of labor. We are gods from the DNA. You shouldn't have to follow that script. You shouldn't have to follow that traditional, and I never have my whole life. I knew it was, I've made it, I got along just fine because things did come into my reality and I had other forces that were in my corner. So I knew this at a very young age. I did dishwashing. I shoveled horse shit. I did all that. I picked apples. I did all that. I thought there's a better way. There's a better way. And I made it and survived through. And I've had a very, very blessed life from the universe. But I want to share some of these techniques. Like, you know how somebody could just walk in a room and raise the vibration of the room? Say there's 3 people in a room and somebody walks in. You can almost feel the vibe of that person. They either lower that room's vibration or they higher that room's vibration. One person's vibration could change the vibration of 250,000 people. You're not taught that. It's like you give a power surge. We're elements. Physical, mentally, we're elements of. So we're going to leave it like that. Raise your frequency, change your diet, unconditional love. Now you can plug in to whatever you're trying to manifest. Be very specific about what you're trying to manifest. If it's a house, what address is it? What does it look like? What are the rooms? If it's a car, what's it look like? If it's just somebody needs medical help, feel that's already. Feel afterwards how that would feel if they were cured. Not in a fearful posture, in a thankful posture. Oh, please God, please God, please God, and all those bullshit prayers and all that. The Roman Catholic Church has been fooling you for thousands of years. Oh, please God, the prayer beggar bull crap. Prayers are just going nowhere. Nowhere. Be thankful as if it already happened. You are your God with the DNA of the God of what was in this kingdom from your genetic and DNA lineage. This is all the information that is factual, archaeological finds, sacred knowledge, everything that's been in different cultures. You're all over this planet. Well, the governments and the governments wouldn't want the people to know that. Geez, how can these retarded citizens that just follow the leader, how can they be gods? Suppress knowledge. Just like the Bible, they chose certain stuff to put in there and certain things to put out of there. The book of Enoch and everything in the First Testament, that was the real deal. I never heard about it at church school or when I went to church in elementary school. We used to go to church school. Nobody ever told me this. Oh, God, please forgive me. Father, Pastor, I stole a candy bar. Please forgive me. Come on, man. I got some swampland for you. This isn't going to raise my vibration or my frequency, but I'm still going to share the information. So that's what we have to do. Just realize you're not at the mercy of the universe. You are the mover of the universe. See, you got things backwards. We were taught and believe things backwards, that the power is over there and somehow we got to pay for it or beg for it or be at the mercy of it or beg or pray for it. No, you are the power. When you realize that and have your self-awareness of it, you start to open that up. You open that up. You are the power. The power ain't over there. You've been taught to believe that the power is over there. You've been conditioned and programmed to believe the power resides over there. And if you want it, you're probably going to have to pay for it. Okay? So you are the power. You have the divine spark of the godness of your God. God power. You have God power in you. God is such a strong word. Oh, there's this one God that the priest told me at St. Joe's, and that's the God that... No. There is a story of the traditional Christian, yeah. But that's the exact same story of Thoth and Zeus and other figures throughout history. It's the same story with different characters. They use that story to put power and fear in you, the Roman Catholic Church. The Roman Catholic Church talks about love and compassion. Those crusades went all over the planet and they killed millions and millions of people in the name of what? Love and compassion? Come on, folks. You know it didn't feel right when you were younger when you were hearing that. Come on. So you operate at a higher frequency, number one. Unconditional love. Change. When you put something that's dead. Now I eat meat. If I want to do this, I gotta stop eating meat. You're putting in dead DNA. And that has memory on it. That's like a data card. And you put that in your body and it has an effect on your solar plexus. Your solar plexus, the solar system, the solar plexus, we're not going to get into that, but it changes up your chemistry and what you're capable of doing and what you're not capable of doing. You have to make your vessel at the right science and at the right, your body has to have the right science first to operate and manifest what you want to manifest. So, yeah. Unconditional love. Sounds good. Tough to do, though. How am I going to have unconditional love for people that piss me off? Because I'm just a lowly earthling creature and I can't expand my mind. Unconditional love. Change your diet. Raise your frequency. And then you directly be specific about what you want to draw into reality. You write it down, you live it, you feel it, you breathe it, you feel the experience as if it already happened. And the reality will follow it. It will connect the dots. We all live on a matrix of millions and millions of possibilities. And can you manipulate that matrix? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And if you don't believe it, you're just a conformed, conditioned robot that is at the mercy of the universe. I want to be friends with the universe and tap in to what's really at play. So I just wanted to put this little thing out where the secret that came out years ago, the big secret, manifest your reality, get the women, get the cars, get the money, get it all. The big secret came out, the books, and and everybody was going, geez, I couldn't manifest anything. Oh gosh, I wasted $29.9 on that book. What a sucker I am. I couldn't manifest anything. Because those charlatans weren't telling you the real sacred knowledge behind it and the process of it. They read somewhere from some texts and books and reference books. They read somewhere this process, but they just generically read it and interpreted it at a certain level, and then just put it out there, and everybody went, yeah, geez, I want to manifest a house, a car, a beautiful girl. I want to manifest money. So let me give this guy this $30 so he could show me this magic. Show me the magic. Nah. He was saying, show me the money, and you bid for it, and then you got disconnected in the process. There's cultures all around the world that know this, and it's used for certain things. Well, you say, well, why wouldn't all the knowledgeable cultures and everything use it? Because this isn't our only journey of just what you know as, well, I want to get it all right now while I'm on planet Earth. We're extraterrestrials. We're going on to other realms and realities all over the universe, in case you don't know. I want to rock and roll later on after I'm out of this body and go out into the universe. This isn't the only possibility. Oh, you live, you die, you go heaven, you go hell, you go do this, you do that. This is hell. This is hell. This is what this reality would be the closest thing to hell. And there's ways to break out of it. So I'm not your traditional guy. I've always been seeking knowledge and information since I was young. And I had supernatural experiences happen to me my whole life. I always knew there was another realm, and then I was dead, and then I had death experience, which I'm not going to get into, but I perceive this as reality because it was in my experience. You robots out there that just live platonic, generic lives can rebuke it, because that's not ever been in your experience, and that sounds too far-fetched or outlandish. So you're living just with limited possibilities in your thinking and your schema. Your schema of knowledge only allows yourself to have certain possibilities of what's possible during your lifetime or what's possible on this planet Earth. You're living in prisons and you don't even know it. You're in prisons without the bars, but there's a warden. There's a warden that you follow, that you slave to and you follow. I don't know. I just like more interesting things and more possibilities. Just why not? Why not? That's all. Why not? So be in a thankful posture. Don't be in a fearful posture. Be in a posture of unconditional love. Change it. You'll feel healthier. You'll feel different. Your frequency is rising up. Now you're opening up all the possibilities on this matrix. I want some other possibilities than just this generic everyday life I'm living. I want to rock and roll here. So if we can just get the basic steps first, it's not some complicated thing they told you 20 years ago. The secret, blah, 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 blah. They got your money and you couldn't manifest shit. You couldn't manifest a piece of toast out of a toaster. You've been duped. Like they always say, there's swampland over there. You're living in a society where they're just spoon feeding you swampland while they lead you to the slaughter. and you're hindering your spiritual aspect of yourself, your true origin of where you came from and what you really are and what you truly are capable of. They're stymieing it. They're suppressing it. They don't want you to know who you are and what you're from and what your DNA and genetics are from. Darwin's evolution? Are you cracking jokes? Darwin's evolution? That's a good one. And modern psychology and all that bull crap. I got degrees in all of that garbage just out of curiosity. So that's what you want to do. If you're curious in that subject matter and you don't want to, and you expand your mind for any kind of enlightenment during your time on this planet Earth, then try it out. Raise your frequency, raise your vibration. You know, just like in music has vibration. And music can change the structure of DNA cells and everything, and change the aspect. The Mother Earth is vibrating at a frequency of musical vibration. Mother Earth. So I've said a lot. Good morning, folks, and you know, I was thinking about stuff, and these people been nice, and you guys come in here and help me out, and I was saying, you know what, this is so humanistic and platonic and blah blah blah. I want to put something out there into the universe for thankfulness and goodwill that can help people with good intentions and good unconditional love that can live a better life. Not to show off, not for ego. Ego's a killer. But just for goodwill. It don't have to be a show off with bling and cars and look at me with the house, the car, and the fine bitch next to me and all that. No. Just for the sake of goodwill. See, that's what that secret and all that other stuff didn't promote. Their promotional standards and precepts were flawed. And everybody that bought that bull crap for $35 or whatever, they got duped. They got duped. Because it was set in bullshit. Set it in love. Set it in compassion. Then you open everything up. You live your life. There's 1,000 versions of you that are already gone and already in the future and already are happening. What version do you want to tap into? Or do you care to? Your life is fine. You're doing fine. You're making good money. You're living life good. That's good. Everybody has the prerogative to how they wish to conduct their life. Me, I like to expand in the universe. You're confident you already have the divine spark of the God power within you. I don't know why we're acting like we're so please, I'm at the mercy. Fear. Take fear out of your life, put unconditional love, right? Raise your vibe and attract these things that you think. Feel them like they already happened and be very specific about the order the universe. You give the universe is waiting to take your order. If you can tap into that vibration, the universe will answer it. Be very specific. Write it, think it, feel it, talk it. Write it, think it, speak it. Now you got a triple pack coming to bring it. That's the generator. That's the generator. That's the lux capacitor. I'm Back to the Future. The flux capacitor, whatever that was. So thank you guys. God bless you all. Let's practice these things in whatever manner we wish to. Like, share, connect, comment, and do all that. But like I always say, be the kings and queens. I always said that for a reason, because you truly have the God power DNA within you. It's just not a good saying. It's real. I say that in all my videos at the end, be the kings and queens, because that's what we are. It's in our DNA and our genetic structure. All right, folks, support the channel any way you can. I'll be back soon. Thank you, and God bless you all.